Fred, you buy literally everything online. I was checking out your browsing history. I don't even understand how that's possible.
What were you doing with my browsing history? That's beside the fact. Yeah, I buy everything online, including bicycles, because Canyon Bicycles has completely changed the way we can go about buying a bike.
And there are 3 very simple steps to getting that bike.
That's right. Step 1, go to canyon.com. Choose the bike that you want. Now put your body measurements into Canyon's perfect position system. It's going to tell you the perfect frame size for your measurements, and it's going to help you choose which Canyon is right for you.
Step 2, also very simple. The Canyon bike will show up in a box, but don't be scared. It's almost entirely assembled. All you have to do is put on the handlebars, attach the front wheel, put that seat post in, good to go.
All right, step 3, and this is the most important step. Go riding with your buddies and drop them, because Canyons are fast. There's a reason why 2 World Tour teams are riding Canyon bikes right now, and that's because they're designed for racing. So thanks to Canyon for sponsoring this week's episode of the show. For more information, check out canyon.com. On with the show. You're tuned into the VNShow Show. I'm Fred Dreyer here with Spencer Paulus. Spencer, I'm not gonna lie, the Tour de France is only 3 weeks away, and I have a little bit of Chris Froome fatigue. 3 Grand Tours in a row!
Well, I think that there are lots of other people out there just like you. Based on our Twitter comments and Facebook comments and all those sorts of things, people are tired of Froome. So let's just say that Froome, clearly the outright favorite for the Tour de France, but there's a lot of guys who could challenge him, and so we are gonna count down those riders in the next few weeks here before the tour starts.
That's right. We have our top 6 riders who could dethrone Chris Froome.
Why are we doing 6? Why? That's such a weird number.
You know, it's kind of a big drop off to number 7. Sorry, Jakob Fuglsang. All right, Spencer, number 6 is Richie Porte from Team BMC.
Seems kind of low, Fred. He's a great time trialist, great climber. BMC racing team is very strong. Why is he so low?
It's true, and last year we had him number 2 in our Tour de France guide, and then this happened. And look, we were all really happy that he recovered from that crash, because it was a scary one. The thing of it is, with Richie Porte, the Grand Tour level, something always seems to go wrong. Flat tires, crashes, it seems like something's gonna get him.
Richie Porte, he really shows up for these one-week races, though, doesn't he? He's just like, he won the Tour de Suisse this year in very convincing fashion, announcing himself as a Tour contender. I don't really understand why he has such a hard time translating that to a Grand Tour. Maybe it's the curse of the ex-Team Sky Domestique, I'm not sure.
It could be, and I wonder about it because look at what his rivals have been doing in the Grand Tours over the last 2 years. I mean, Chris Froome has won 4 Grand Tours. Nairo Quintana has finished 3, won 1, and Richie Porte has only finished 1. So how could we help Richie Porte graduate from the 1-week races to a 3-week Grand Tour?
I think we need a sports psychology solution to this one. And BMC Racing, they're a very technologically savvy team. I think they just got to hack into his iPhone, his computer, anything that's got a date in it. And then they just got to keep changing that date. So he thinks it's just a 1-week race. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day type scenario. And if the head believes it, the legs will follow.
Is that true?
It sounds good, doesn't it?
All right, number 5 on our list, we have Rigoberto Urán from Team EF Education First, Drapac, presented by Cannondale. Here's the thing about Rigo Urán. He's a really smart racer. He knows how to get time gaps at the right moments. He can excel in a tight race, which is what we saw at the Tour de France last year. Remember, he won a stage, finished 2nd overall, had a great final time trial, but I wonder how he's gonna do this year.
Yeah, Fred, that was a thriller, and I don't think this course is going to suit him as well. Right off the bat, we got to say that stage 3 team time trial, that's going to be tough for him because his EF team doesn't have the horsepower as a team like BMC Racing or Team Sky. I think they're going to lose at least a minute or 2 right off the bat. And then also some of these high mountain stages are more kind of grueling tests. They aren't quite as much a race for a clever mind like Rigo Urán's.
Here's the thing though, I have my eye on this 65-kilometer stage to the Col du Portet because I think that's a stage where Rigo Urán could win the day or take some time out of Chris Froome.
He's not afraid to attack, and I could certainly see him doing that if he's got the legs on that day. And furthermore, the final time trial, which is the penultimate stage, it's quite hilly there in the Basque Country of France, and he could be good for that too.
Plus, we can't say enough about his hair. Amazing hair.
God,
wonderful hair.
Yeah, very amazing hair and not afraid to attack. So let's hope he spices things up there in the end. That'd be fun.
Well, we're going to continue counting down the top 6 favorites next week with, you know what? We're going to let you wait and see who it is.
Stay tuned. Hey, how did you get back here so quick? I thought you were going down to the shop to build up that new Canyon.
Yeah, man, I did. Remember, all you have to do is put in your seat post, attach the front wheel, put on your handlebars, and you're good to go. It took me like no time at all.
Wow, and you are not a good mechanic either. Impressive.
Yeah, are you ready for step 3? Go drop your buddies.
Let's just finish the show.
All right, back to the show. Before we get out of here, Spencer, we need to talk about our countrywoman, Corinne Rivera, because she won the 4-day OVO Women's Tour in Great Britain this past week. She won a stage and held off the Olympic champion, Mariana Vos. She won her first Women's World Tour stage race overall. Chapeau, Corinne.
Great result for her, fending off Mariana Vos, and had some interesting comments after the race when it comes to like the question of whether she's a specialist as a classics rider or a sprinter.
Yeah, I really see myself as just a bike racer. I don't see myself as a sprinter. I mean, if there's a finish line, I'll do whatever it takes to get to that line first. So yeah, that's how I really see myself. So yeah, I'm small, I'm light, I can climb, and I still have a really good pop in the end. So yeah, just a bike racer.
Well, that's pretty interesting. You know, I like Corinne's approach to racing. You're a bike racer. You want to do all things. I mean, I think of myself as the Grand Tour champion of the VNShow, but I also realize there's so many other things I could be doing.
That's an interesting way to think of it, Fred. I think that personally, I've been pegged as sort of a microwave cleaning specialist here in the Velo News office.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of other members of the team that could branch out and find ways to, diversify their skill set a little.
I don't
and
think
get involved with that.
I don't think that's what Corinne was saying.
I think she'd be.
Hey, we'll ask her.
I think she'd be really curious.
Well, we're going to continue counting down some Tour de France favorites and previewing the Tour de France here at the Velo News Show. So, for Spencer Paulison, I'm Fred Dreyer. Stay tuned to the Velo News Show. We'll see you next week.